Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Riven. So we were playing with this topographical map toy and it didn't seem like it really did anything for us. Turns out now that I've looked at the walkthrough, we're actually in the right place. We're not really anywhere off. It just didn't really connect to me that this was only here, and the game should probably tell you this. It's only here as a map to help you see where not this giant dome is, but where these smaller domes are. Smaller domes, for example, like this one right here. However, we found 4 of the 4 that I think we could have found already to get to these linking books, and we don't have the code on them. I guess what they probably should have done here is if they just changed the color a little bit so that the golden domes were golden and stood out, it'd be a little bit more obvious as to what the plan was and what all of this is about. And that's all this is. That's all this laboratory island is built around right now, is just at least the parts we've seen. So they're really banking on you getting bored and leaving. Boy, do I feel like I'm just floating. Like, didn't that really feel like we're not standing on anything, or instead just floating in the air? Go down, hit this way to this slightly different type of water. And through this part, these spikes are also here to try to be some indicator as to which island you're on. But there's really just, ideally that map should have been an actual map, or at least something that looked more like a map and not so crazy. So as we're leaving, there's this door. There's a trick to get to the store because you can turn this around with one button, which you've never in this point ever turned the vehicle around and not then immediately used the maglev and just gone forward. But you actually can just exit, and now we're on the other side. A simplistic way to cross the bridge. And here we go into a new area. And we should turn around just to make sure there's no secret passages. And we're now down at the bottom. We've got almost lava demonic looking things. And there's nothing here, so this must be an elevator. Slowly. We're right below that floor. That's quite fancy. Fancier than most of the mechanisms and elements we've seen up until this point. That is quite the fancy elevator. Let's see, go forward. Can we look up? No, so we're just gonna get in here and press the box. And hopefully this is a waterproof box or lava-proof box or whatever. And we're not gonna drown ourselves as the elevator takes us downward. They love to take you downward and spin you, which is certainly gonna cause some motion sickness. In a more modern game particularly, it would probably cause motion sickness. And we're back to the high technology metal elements. Let's see. And it really is just kind of like going down into lava. Geothermal energy. We've got something up here I can't look at. And bricks. And paving. And again, we've tonally changed in our architectural style. And somebody sees us and runs away. So was that Gin, or was that yet another of the enslaved populace? And where do they go? They get on the maglev and they leave. Hey, it is a maglev. It really is just floating above the wires. So if I was trying to call it back, that would be the thing you'd want to do, is call it back. And if this was a modern game, a better written game, it would have people interact with you and talk to you. To be fair, the even in MYST 3 Exiles, you really don't talk to people too much. You do it a lot more than in this game, but it, like, even in Abduction, even their latest game, you're still really not having conversations with people and asking questions, which could have been, which is what you want to do. You want to be able to ask people questions and get some backstory. But you're not getting any of that. You're just left to your own devices to wander around this mysterious island, which that is MYST, and I wouldn't want to lose all of that. But I think there's a happy middle ground that could be done. So is this a observation deck, or is this some kind of recorder that Gin uses? Let's see. Again, we're in a chair. These don't seem to do anything. These don't seem to do anything. So this button must be the only thing that does anything. So we're looking at the ocean. And what? Apparently there's maybe a way to communicate or talk to people or animals? Okay. Let's try this. So this might be the only way to bring the sound of one of the balls around. This turns it on. I don't see anything that zooms in. I don't see anything. So, one, the NIFs, then I guess, oh, this is Gin spying on Catherine. Interesting. And this seems like he's not spying on anything. So this is where Catherine is imprisoned. So we've seen her. So he can spy on her from this direction. How he's spying on her, what technology is being used to do this, I don't know. I guess it's just the same technology we saw earlier. Right. So I'm wondering if there's an actual puzzle here that needs to be done, or if I can just click on whatever I want. This. Okay. So there's a specific pattern that we've seen about this. We may actually have to go to the book to read it, because it'll just be a little too hard otherwise. Let's see, pattern. Didn't we not take a picture of that pattern? Well, let's just save ourselves the file and then load back up to right in front of the book. Like, fully cheating here. Load into this book and here's the pattern. It's an eyeball with a thing upward, a line, an eyeball with a dot, a 90-degree eyeball with a dot, and a line. Hopefully I can remember that. Like, so cheating. So, line is not what we needed. We needed eyeball with the line first. So if we click on this and start, we click on that. And that brings these creatures that they worship to this location. And they say hello, I think. So those are the first thing. Let's see what the next thing does. And I don't think the game, once it gives me control back, is going to let me. So eyeball at the line. And then, what was it? The closed line? I should have just made a save file. That was really dumb of me. Eyeball at the line. The closed line. That's got to be an eyeball with a dot, which I imagine is this. Not that eyeball with the dot, though. This eyeball with the dot. And that didn't seem like that did anything. And let's see. Line. And then it's a whole sequence. This. It didn't even do anything. And then I missed the dot somewhere here. So I either solved this or I didn't. I think I didn't solve it. I think what we need to do is load here, go back. Nope. Oh, no, no. Go here, go through all of this, take a picture here, save this with in 3030. So it is eyeball with a line, horizontal line, eyeball with a dot, dot, and then vertical eyeball and vertical line. All right. Really cheating here. So first one was eyeball with the line, and we'll probably have to see the cutscene again because I didn't save. And the feedback here is obvious and helpful. I wish we could skip this part. However, suppose it wouldn't kill me to save right after this. Just for efficiency's sake, in case we screwed up again. But we're kind of just talking to the game, to the characters. Save over that, and while we're there, we might as well look at 33 just to double check. Let's see, it should be line, then eyeball with the dot. So, there's a sound. And there's an eyeball. Or is it dot and then eyeball with the dot? Let's double check. I have no memory, clearly. Can't really tell, but I'm thinking this is eyeball with the dot. Guess I could just save again. However, and then just load back. Just, you know, it's stupid, certainly, but I'd rather be right. It's eyeball with the dot than dot. That's what I thought. Better safe than sorry. And I don't think we've done eyeball with the dot yet, so let's do it. Alright. So I think we've got this now. A lot of audio here with no subtitles. The dot lit up, but didn't do anything. Alright. And then this, then this. Feels like we got something wrong because we'll stop playing music. What did we screw up? What did we screw up? Eyeball with the dot, then dot. Eyeball sideways with a dot, then line. So why did it stop working? Stop making music. We're right here. I don't think we've clicked this. Does this make sense? Maybe I had already clicked that at this point. Or maybe the game simply cannot save things. Maybe I really do have to do this whole thing in order. Maybe the saving and loading is just messing things up. Let's try this again. It brings in this guy. And then we need line. And then eyeball with the dot. Then dot. So that plays a sound. And then we need vertical eyeball. And then we need vertical line. So the order is wrong. It's gotta be. The order should be something along the lines of this is one. No, that's not one. This is one. So we've got one. We now need to figure out what the next order would be. Or maybe we need to go in full circle and go back to one after. Let's see. See, I would think the horizontal line is our next one, not the vertical. But then why are all of these buttons away from each other? Nope. So that's not it. Like, if this is 1, is this 2? And I can't help but feel like I'm just irritating this creature. And I think he is right to be irritated. Alright, red light starting with this. If I move these, do I see that fish floating around anywhere? Like, this is the ultimate question, is like, am I doing anything in a MYST game? That didn't make any sound. That made a light. That makes a light and sound. So maybe it's this and this. That makes a light. That makes a light. And sound. So this feels like 5. Like, nothing lights up, nothing starts here. So that feels like that's the last one. This feels like it's the first one. So I'm thinking you do the eyeball here. And see, that's not even bringing anybody over this time. Then you do this. Yeah, I've got no clue. Let's just try everything. I think I've broken the system. I think I've just full on brute forced it to the point where we can't do anything. Yep, the animal is irritated, so if there was any attempt to communicate, it's been blown. So, what did we learn from that? 1, the combination he gave me either worked and I was supposed to. I don't understand what these are. But either I was supposed to irritate the character and get him to attack, or I wasn't. this, I believe, is a different maglev taking us to a different area. Come to think of it. And I can't exit. So, if we're going from the laboratory, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the prison island where they're keeping Catherine. But there's still a small rebellious force. I think we're doing the game right, however. I don't think we're wandering in towards the end of the game. I think. A lot of these caves certainly look the same, and these doorways certainly look too similar. So this is a very similar wooden elevator. So maybe we'll get a cutscene in which we actually talk to Catherine many hours later. It's been 4 or 5 hours. Did this take me back to the main place? Like, am I back on the main island? Oh, wow. There is apparently down and up for this elevator. Now we know why there's a switch here. And this looks like there might be something scratched right there, but I guess not. So we found yet another, like, quick time place, I suppose, like a shortcut to help you get further. I'm trying to think now, has there been any other doors like this? Suppose I could try and do this and see if maybe this tells me a different pattern. I don't think it will, though. Let's see. Eyeball to vertical ball. Let's see. So it goes gold on the line and then becomes a closed one, and then it becomes an open one, and then it becomes a circle and a vertical one, and then a vertical line. So it is the same pattern, whatever that pattern is, for both machines. Am I seeing a cutscene? He's setting off the alarm as I'm coming over here. Which might be interesting because that might change things. Yeah, we've hit full walkthrough mode. However, every recording I'm gonna have to just look at the walkthrough again and decide and determine if I need more help, and I need more help right now. It's pretty obvious. I haven't been able to do anything with the city. Let's see. So all these holes in the water we now know are being held back by heat, which is fine. It just doesn't really help anything. It's good to know that. I was hoping that perhaps setting off the alarm would cause people to gather in that area. But no, we're just kind of having random people wander. Oh, run away from me. And unless this code was something as simplistic as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. That seems like that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Yeah, it's not going to be that simplistic. We know that there's an actual code there. We just don't know how to read that code. So there is potentially a lower way. Let's see, how can we do this? We go down here to this. Because there's no way lower than that. And we've gotta travel back to the laboratory island, which that seems like that would be quite a journey. Let's see. Before we do that, let's decide whether there's something new that has happened over here. This vehicle still hasn't moved, and I seriously doubt that there would be a controller for that submarine so drastically far away from where the submarine is. People still are hiding in their houses away from me. I have half a thought that it is possible that we've just accidentally missed a path somewhere around here. But no, it doesn't really feel like that's the case. And it doesn't feel like we drain all the water out of this area. It does sort of feel like at some point we might be able to go that direction. Alright. Which way is quicker to the laboratory island? Like, there's no quick way to Laboratory Island. That's the problem. The quickest way would be to take that shortcut area, which I guess maybe you couldn't have taken until this. But I don't want to move that elevator. I want to see if that elevator is doing something different. Meanwhile, we haven't been in this way for a while, so let's go down here and see if anything's changed. Nope, we've just got a different set of animals. Well, the same set of animals, actually. The water hasn't changed or anything like that. Let's see, this way. We already have that. I suppose there is some way that perhaps, like maybe, just maybe, you could have needed put this hover cart, so you can't get out. We've definitely hit the point where these transition animations were cool the first time, but just kind of annoying every time after that. That's why most games don't have things like this and instead want a more on-foot style of design in the worlds. Right. Since we're here, let's, before we get out, let's see if we can open the door on the other side and get out. Because if that trick worked in one place, there's a chance it will work in another. No. You can't get out on the other side. And we're in the temple. We've seen these guys now. This door is open. There's really no reason for it to be closed. Is there any reason to be in here? I don't think so. Down this direction? I don't believe this solves anything. Still not sure why the rebels would have built a giant knife there. This is enabled, but we don't have the code for it. Whatever that code might be. We can go through here, which will let us go through here, which will let us go through here. And uncertain am I as far as where that moves us otherwise. It's possible I'm missing all kinds of things. If we go through this way, this takes us back here a little quicker, which then lets us travel through this a little quicker, which then lets us Like, I'm really just going in a very, very wide circle in an attempt to... I guess I need to call it back at the... in the room. I guess I'm trying to find the way to the prison island. So, hit this. Now when I make it this direction, hopefully the vehicle's back. And it is, without any cutscene or animation, which is perfectly fine by me. Switch this. And you can't get out, so we have to go forward. We really have just gone one big circle. And even if the topography island and that whole puzzle helped me, we still haven't gotten the key, the ability to read the numbering system. Without that, we can't accomplish anything. And I know very specifically where that is. It's in the village, in a school in the village, and we haven't gotten to it. So I'm missing something, definitely. Games like this are so built around just wandering around. It's not super cool. It's not really what I desire. I don't, you can't even look up here, so I don't think there's too much of a reason to... Like, this is a really nice looking area, and you don't really even do anything with it. Like, so much of the MYST games are just ideas, just concepts, and not a finalized, fully fleshed out concept. Although, to be fair, I think Abduction and the later games get better at that. One assumes that the button only switches you between 1 and 2 different areas. If that's not the case, then this could be tricking you. Any elevator could be a trick. Like, and a modern game wouldn't have any elevators. They'd be too slow. Arguably, some of the elevators in Abduction are slower than the elevators in Riven. A 21-year-old game. Let's see. Like, one assumes that this would just send you back up, right? There's no ability to hold down a button. Yep, you just get pulled up. And you move through this level of water. This floating water. And you come out dry on the other side. Yeah, there's no trick on this elevator, it seems. Unless you're supposed to have this elevator at the top, and then that opens some other path coming the other direction. which is a possibility, but I don't think very likely. Let's see. As you can probably tell, I have no idea what I'm doing. And there were parody games of MYST that came out. One called Pist, P-Y-S-T, was just like, people fully had that feeling and knew that there was just really, really specifically high demands on the level of intelligence and the level of comprehension, more comprehending what the creators intended more than even a level of intelligence. So we're just back in a full circle, and the thought would be, I have to hit this button to bring back a maglev. When I hit this button, does that change the elevator to a lower section? Or is the elevator that I got in before actually going to still be in its middle location? Or is there some sort of combination that I do actually need to put in on the machine that talks to the fish? Well, the giant, I guess I want to call them narwhals. I don't know if that's an accurate description or not, but that's what I want to call them. Anyways, it's been 45 minutes. Clearly, I'm going to go look up the walkthrough. We are cycling between 10 saves. I think we will probably want to go back on the next save and start overwriting some of our older saves that aren't special saves. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. If you want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.